NIO is often called the Tesla of China by many people and the media. If you want to know whether NIO can truly compete with Tesla and if this stock is a buy for 2020, stay tuned. I already made a video about this company a while ago where I explained what it is doing and its potential. If you don't know anything about NIO, please watch that video first. Hi guys, this is Dan from the Investment ABC, and in this video I will talk about the latest events and how NIO has developed after my last video. The latest third quarter results of NIO were better than expected, and also the deliveries have picked up again. This combination boosted stock prices from $2.50 to currently $4.30. In my last video, I said that deliveries would pick up because the ES6 is way more suitable for the Chinese market than the ES8. Many Chinese families have only one child, which makes a 5-seater SUV, which is cheaper, the better option. Many NIO fans were waiting with purchases for the launch of the ES6. That was the reason why deliveries for the ES8 model were so bad in the first place. On top of that, NIO was struggling with a recall of 4,803 of its ES8s. The share price tumbled after the IPO to a low of $1.39 before picking up again. The problem is that NIO is burning a lot of cash at the moment and that they need desperately more money to continue the operations. A slowing Chinese auto market and a decline in deliveries spread fears that NIO would go bankrupt very soon. The fears eased a little bit after NIO came up with a streak of good news. NIO is trading at around $4.30 right now, and many people are waiting if NIO is running out of money, dilute the current shares, or get their funding. The latest news is that GAC, a state-owned automobile company, might invest $150 million into NIO. In the beginning, Chinese media reported that it would be $1 billion, but that was corrected by GAC itself. If you are wondering why there is such a high trading volume and volatility in NIO stock, let me explain. On the one hand, there are a lot of investors who see the great potential NIO has, but on the other hand, there is the concern that the company will go bankrupt if they don't get enough financing. NIO is definitely trading between hope and fear, and therefore not for weak nerves. For those of you who still think about buying into NIO, I will outline the pros and cons now. The arguments for buying NIO are as following. Number one, the future is EV and the growth potential is huge. Basically, the whole world will need new EV cars in the next decades. On top of that, China is currently the biggest EV market, and NIO is already producing real cars for that market, not only concept cars like many other companies. NIO cars have a great design and a very good build quality. On top of that, they are cheaper than the competition in the premium end of the market. Tesla's Model 3 costs around $46,400 while NIO's ES6 costs around $52,000. But the difference is that the ES6 is a SUV while the Model 3 is a sedan. The demand for SUVs in China is much greater compared to sedans. That is why NIO is not under direct attack from Tesla yet. Number 3. NIO cars have an integrated AI system called Nomi, which gives the car a cool extra feature. NIO understands that in the future our cars will not only be a means of transportation but part of our lifestyle. Similar in the way we are not using our mobiles just for calling anymore, the relationship towards our cars will change. Number 4. NIO recently partnered with Intel's Mobileye to use its self-driving system in their vehicles. NIO cars will be used for Mobileye's driverless ride-hailing services in the future. The initial release will be in China, with plans to subsequently expand into other global markets. This collaboration has huge potential for NIO in a couple of years when the world moves more and more towards EV and AI. Number 5. NIO introduced on the NIO Day the new EC6 model, which is a competitor to Tesla Model Y. NIO will start deliveries in the second half of 2020. The EC6 will have a range of approximately 280 to 300 miles per charge EPA range. This is in par with Tesla's Model Y. Number 6. NIO upgraded its battery pack from 84 kilowatt to 100 kilowatt. The good thing about that is that the size of the battery stays the same and that owner of old ES8 or ES6 can upgrade without problems to a 100 kilowatt battery pack. Number 7. NIO's battery swapping possibility is a huge plus over its competitors because it takes the range fear from the consumers until enough superchargers are installed around China. No one wants to run out of charge in the middle of nowhere. Also, bear in mind that most people in China do not have the possibility to charge their car at home because they are living in apartments. The good thing about the battery swap is that the stations can be quickly packed up and transported to another location which might be more suitable or profitable. Number 8. NIO and state-owned GAC are producing together the Haikan in a joint venture in 2020. This car looks really cool and is cheaper than the ES6 and Model 3. The range is a little more than 300 miles EPA range, and in my opinion it has the potential to sell very well in China, and NIO is getting 22.5% of the revenues. Number 9. Chinese banks are cutting their reserves ratios, which might reignite economic activity and increase lending. This increases the chance for NIO to get easy additional funding. Number 10. The Chinese government said that they won't cut subsidies in 2020, which increases the chance of better delivery numbers in 2020. The arguments against investing in NIO is their weak balance sheet and the lack of funding. NIO needs more than approximately $1 billion to survive 2020. 2020 will also be the year where competition is getting really fierce in the EV space. Tesla's Gigafactory is not the only threat to NIO. Many of the bigger car makers like Volkswagen, BMW, Audi and Mercedes are also introducing their EV models, and also some Chinese companies like Lixiang or Byton can steal market share from NIO. Another risk is a global recession which might decimate their sales and ultimately bankrupt NIO. I for myself know the risk, but stay invested in NIO for the long run. In my opinion, NIO was anticipating the fierce competition in 2020, so they had to invest a lot of money to build their mode. NIO has more than just one mode. The overall concept of higher-end cars, which are top in design and build quality and also cheaper than the competition, is one of the biggest reasons to buy the cars. Furthermore, NIO is offering a very good customer service and many other features like the battery swapping possibility to increase customer loyalty. The brand recognition is increasing daily, not only in China but also with Wall Street. Since my last video, I doubled my position when NIO was under $2. I sold some of my shares in the run-up over $4 to reduce risk so that I am left with 3,000 shares currently and a nice profit. I don't expect the recession to hit this year, so that NIO has good chances to do well in 2020. I am also expecting to get additional funding from some major entity. At the moment, most people are waiting for more funds to jump in. When the news of funding comes out, I expect a heavy short squeeze and a run-up above $6 in a very short period. NIO is way better positioned than before the IPO. It showed that it has the potential to be a real Tesla competitor. Before buying or selling any stock, and especially NIO, do your own due diligence. If you like this video and want NIO to succeed, please hit the like button, comment and share for the YouTube algorithm. I want as many investors as possible to see this video and decide for themselves if NIO is a buy or not. Thanks guys, and see you in the next one.